Global warming has been known as a relevant issue for over 2 centuries now, but has been becoming more serious than before. An article written by NASA called "What is Climate Change?" in late 2024 explains what it is by saying climate change is a long-term change in the average weather patterns that have come to define Earth's local, regional, and global climates. Because of these rapid temperature changes going back and forth, our Earth is being affected in several ways, such as how these climates will affect our younger generations' futures because of the way we are using fossil fuels and what these changes in temperatures are doing to animals' habitats and their futures of being extinct or not. These will be my main points I will be going over because of their relevance to our growing society and new generations, including Gen Z, as we must continue to find a solution to protect our planet from the effects of what climate change is causing. The first topic that comes to mind is our human activities, because they're at the top of the list of why climate change is happening. A 2025 article called Global Warming by Michael E. Mann from Britannica explains the beginning and the reasoning behind climate change by saying, an IPCC special report produced in 2018 noted that human beings and their activities has been responsible for worldwide average temperature increases between 1.4 and 2.2 degrees Fahrenheit since the pre-industrial times. And most of the warming over the second half of the 20th century could be attributed to human activities. These human activities consist of use of fossil fuels, aerosols, and other greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases. Outside labor workers are now suffering in some states due to these high temperatures that climate change is causing, which is leading to illness and even death. Author Nicole Greenfield from Natural Resources Defense Council wrote an article called "Heat Stress is Killing Workers. States Can Protect Them" in 2022, explaining the dangers of what this rapid heat has caused to happen to our species of humans by saying, the day Sebastian Perez died, temperatures reached 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The 38-year-old collapsed while working in the fields at a tree and shrub nursery in St. Paul, Oregon, a small town about 30 miles south of Portland. Perez was one of more than 100 people in the state who died from heat-related causes during a record-shattering heat wave that blanketed the Pacific Northwest. The point of this aspect is for people to gather perspectives on what can result from these dangerous temperatures being caused by us humans. Standards from government officials of the specific states, such as Oregon, Los Angeles, and Florida, are now changing as they try to protect their workers with new rules and laws that are safer. Along with this, animals are also being affected. Habitat loss is one of the main concerns with animals and climate change. An article called "The Impact of Climate Change on Our Planet's Animals" by International Fund for Animals Welfare, written in 2022, explains how humans as well as animals are in the same boat with climate change issues by saying, climate change intensifies humans and wildlife conflict through habitat loss and extreme climate events, forcing people and wildlife to share increasingly crowded spaces. As ecosystems change, people and wildlife roam farther in search for food, water, and resources. Human and wildlife conflict often results in devastating impact for animals affected. Having to scavenge further to find resources, this also forces migration to different areas that are not suitable living environments, leading to the loss of habit of animals and even extinction. Luckily, there are ways to help stop climate change from being so rapid, from the help of humans and animals. Humans can start to put more effort into slowing down climate change in several ways. There is an article called "What You Can Do About Climate Change," written by the United States Environmental Protection Agency in early 2025, saying the following: the actions you take at home, at work, at school, on the go, and your community all add up to make a difference. Individuals and organizations alike can take steps to assess and reduce their environmental footprints. At home, minimize waste by reducing, reusing, repairing, and recycling, as well as energy efficient resources. And while on the go, try to be more efficient with fuel by taking a bus, riding a bike, walking, or even carpooling, or minimizing trips. Animals are also a helpful ally in slowing down the effects of climate change, even though they're also being hurt by the climate. They're putting up a good fight. The article from the International Fund for Animals Welfare talks about the fact that healthy ecosystems could account for 37% of the carbon reductions needed to limit global temperature rise. They explain that healthy ecosystems with abundant plants and trees absorb carbon from the atmosphere and store it. So, preserving or restoring nature is a powerful tool in the race to stop climate change. Healthy ecosystems also filter water, buffer against flooding, reduce the impact of disasters, improve soil health, and support rich biodiversity. They list several animals that are a big part of helping our planet, including whales, elephants, and pangolins, which are anteaters. To conclude, global warming has affected the planet in several ways, including our own human species and our ecosystem, which has been going on for a while, but there is still time to reverse the damage before it is too late. Yes, there have been casualties due to temperatures rising, but we are smart and know what should be done, and animals are feeling the same way. We need to save our Earth so that the generations after us still have a place to call home. This change is a group effort and will require more studies and observations from officials, which will give us more answers to continue questions of what global warming will be in the future or being able to get rid of global warming altogether. Thank you.